Hiya, folks. This is Rick Emmett of Triumph.
This is Mark Merrill, also known as Johnny B. Bad.
Yo, guys, it's Mark McKay.
Hey, this is Frank Fletcher.
Hola, amigos. This is Billy Sheehan.
Hey, guys, this is John Karabi.
Hey, guys, it's Leva Leone.
What's up, guys? Cassandra Carson here from Paralandra and the L.I.F.E Project.
What's up, everybody? It's Logan from All the Pretty Things.
Hey, this is Cody Howell.
Hey, this is Sammy Lee, drummer of the band Red Rain.
My name's Reggie, and you are listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Thanks so much for joining the most amazing twosome out there.
The most amazing things that can happen to a human being will happen to you if you lower your expectations. Welcome to the Weekly Pour podcast. Here are your hosts, TBT and Ace.
That is us. Welcome. I'm TBT. That guy over there is Ace. This is the Weekly Pour Podcast, episode 95. So welcome. 95. If you've never been here before, welcome. We are live doing this here podcast on the YouTubes, on the Book of Faces. We have got our chat going in both YouTube and Facebook. So if you're out there, say hi. Be sure to hit the thumbs up if you're on YouTube, and if you're on Facebook, hit whatever that button is. I think it's like or something like that.
It's already full.
Yeah, I know. Chat's going crazy. If you're in there, say hi. We got some dude called Digital Viper. The last profile that person used, I think it was banned by Natalie. For those that don't know, Natalie is our resident bouncer, if you will.
But what did you do last week?
Me?
Yeah,
I made the other guy with his other profile. I made him a bouncer too. But of course, tonight he doesn't sign in with his bouncer name, so therefore he doesn't get to be a bouncer.
Right,
but
it has to be all of it has to be the same. It's like your credit card.
Right.
It has to be the name on the card.
Yeah.
So this is the same thing.
It's got to match the ID, and I'm sorry, but that does not match the ID. At least I don't think. So if you're in the chat on the YouTube side, jump in there, say hi. We've got a lot of our regulars in there this evening already. Shannon's there, of course, Natalie, Digital Vipper, he's in there. Of course, Sandra, Shannon. Very good to see you guys. Very glad you're there.
Don't forget, who was first?
Well, that's exactly what I was getting to. The first person to comment tonight was Kathy. Of course.
Never happens.
Never. And she's still at the store at Music and More Records there in New York. So she's out there doing her thing for at least 20 more minutes. That's what she said. She's going to hang out with us for 20 minutes, and then she's going to go not hang out with us. She's going to drive home.
We'll take what we can get.
Absolutely. But she was in there. That's good. So happy Tuesday.
Hey, there was also one more thing, a nice comment from Shannon. We're looking good tonight.
Yeah, I think it's because we're matching. This was unplanned. Right.
And I did not have time to strip out of this and go find something else. It's a lot. It's a process. I picked this out meticulously.
Yeah, so did I.
T-shirt, it took 20 minutes.
This is the lightest color I own.
Everything you own is gray, isn't it?
No, it's black. That's what I'm saying. This is the lightest thing. Oh, Lou just checking in from John Waite, Sticks and Foreigner, first show of the tour. Cool. Excellent, Lou. We expect you to give us play-by-play the entire hour that we're here.
Because what is so cool about that show, of course, Sticks and Foreigner, that's awesome. And then John Waite is there.
Yeah,
I would love to go to see him, see how he sounds, and what he plays. I haven't seen John Waite do anything in a long, long time.
No, and it's like I've been sitting here, but I was like, I'm not going to wait.
Lou, if you hear this, do they have the commemorative record at the merch table? The Foreigner Sticks commemorative tour record.
That's a good question.
A story about that. Yeah.
We were just talking about that before we went on the air.
Right, so this works out.
Yeah. I'm not missing you at all, though.
You didn't miss me all week.
Look, I had to get it out there just because it was John Waite.
I wanted to say something about gray.
As in anatomy?
As in the wardrobe.
Okay.
the color.
Yes.
I mean, yours is black, but do you remember the show Queer Eye for the Straight Guy?
Can't say
When
that
it
I
was on
do.
years ago. I watched one episode for some reason, and I think there was a lot of buzz around it. But this poor guy, these gay men come into your house and help you change your life in a
Okay.
sense of stylizing your wardrobe, things like that. And this poor guy, they look in his closet, and all he's got in the closet is gray t-shirts, gray sweatshirts, gray button-down shirts, gray. And until they pointed that out, he never knew that. And that's what I think about you, that you've got nothing but black, but you don't realize it until someone points it out.
Well, I have black. I have various shades of black. I have new black and faded black. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, no. I mean, faded black is a color.
Right. It's still a shade. I don't know. I
Still a
get
color.
reminded often by my wife that I need color in my life.
I have a lot of black as well.
Yeah.
Black and gray, a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's just
See,
what's comfortable.
she just chimed in. She said, I've tried. I did wear maroon today, but it was, it's a dark maroon because, I dress nice for work. But
You did look nice today. I saw you today at work.
Thank you. Yes. But yesterday I wore black. And today my pants were black. So.
And boy, when you come home, the first thing, the sleeves come off.
Yes. As a matter of fact, they do, because the shirt that I changed into is laying right over there and it has no sleeves. I put sleeves on for the show. Like, the people that are listening to this afterwards, they don't care. They can't see unless you're watching the video, the replay, or the live. I tell you what, though, my shorts are black.
Yeah, because that works. It matches everything.
Yeah. My toenails are black. Some of my tattoos are black. I mean, whatever. What's my underwear?
Someone pointed out, Digital Viper pointed out that John Waite was fantastic in Bad English.
Oh,
and he was.
Yes.
Yeah, Bad English was really, really cool. Really one good record, and then the second one was pretty good, but it's lesser known. Known.
Yeah, I actually forgot about Bad English. Such a good band, though.
Right. That's one of those bands that kind of gets lost in the mix from the time period it came out. But I recently watched the video to When I See You Smile. That was their big ballad.
Yep.
And it's a cool video because it's one of those performance videos with all kinds of jump cuts.
Right.
And just everything makes the band look cool. That was Neil Sean, Jonathan Cain, and John Waite. And I want to say Michael Cardelloni was the drummer, but I'm not sure.
I think so.
That may have been Damn Yankees.
I think that was Damn Yankees.
I think it was. But
I'll stay here in just
Neil
Sean.
Sean.
I'm going to pull it up.
Yeah, Neil Sean and Jonathan Cain were together in The Babies.
Yes.
And
so yeah, Dean Castronova was in Bad English.
That's it.
Yep. John Waite, Neil Sean, Jonathan Cain, Ricky Phillips, and Dean Castronova.
Yeah, Ricky Phillips just recently retired from performing with Styx.
Yeah.
They have a new bass player now. So there's something else for Lou to look forward to.
Exactly. Gosh, what else was he in? He played with Ted Nugent and Coverdale Page.
Who are you talking about?
Ricky Phillips.
Yeah. So, yeah, that guy's been around.
Yeah. Not to mention, they also played with Hagar. He played with Hagar with Neil Sean in Montrose.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, now we're digging.
That far back?
Yep, sure enough. Yeah. I won't even mention the Babies.
the Babies were a lot of fun. That was a good group.
Yeah.
So see, Waite is similar to what Hagar can do because he can pull out his solo material. He can pull out his stuff from the Babies, his stuff from Bad English. There's 3 or 4 things he can pull from that. It's pretty cool when you can do that.
Oh, yeah.
And people are going to know what you sing and what you're playing.
Sure. He does not look anything like he looked the first time I seen him, which was, way back when, 1980. Yeah, I don't even know. Whatever his
John
song
Waite.
came. Yeah, John Waite, yeah. Because he went from, what did he do? He went from like, I don't know, pop to growing out his hair and doing Bad English.
Well, he actually cut his hair on the first record. That was kind of the shocker, was the clean cut look that he had.
Yeah.
I think on American Bandstand when Missing You came out. Yeah. And he had the, like a suit on, and not a suit as far as a tie, but a suit jacket. Very neat, very more cultured pop and less rock, and had that short hair, kind of a different look. So then when I saw him in Bad English, I'm like, oh, cool. He grew that hair out, got the John Lennon tie-dye looking glasses that everyone likes.
Missing You came out in 1984.
Right. Think about that.
I don't want to.
I was probably about 13.
It was like 40 freaking years ago. But it's still
you said
good.
84, right?
Yeah, 84.
That is so cool because 1984, I mentioned this to you a few weeks back.
Right.
Was just a huge year in music, and obviously not just pop music, but metal. I mean,
oh, absolutely.
The albums that came out in 1984, Quiet Riot had, Iron Maiden, Metallica, just of course Van Halen, tons and tons of stuff in 1984. If I have time to look that up, I will.
Well, I won't say the number one, but I mean, a few of the most, glamorized albums of even today: Born in the USA from Bruce Springsteen, Purple Rain from Prince,
right?
Of course, 1984 from Van Halen. I mean, there were so many. Ride the Lightning with Metallica. There's just so many that 84 was like the year.
Perfect Strangers from Deep Purple, which was a huge comeback record for Deep Purple. The Unforgettable Fire, U2.
Yeah.
Building the Perfect Beast, Don Henley. That had a lot of big hits on it.
Yeah.
Steve Perry's solo record, Street Talk, with O'Sherry. I mean, crazy what came out in 1984.
Well, and a lot of people don't realize this. NXS put out an album. That was their first, I believe. It was called The Swing. That came out the same year. And a lot of people don't realize that they go back that far. I can't remember the big hit that they had in 89.
New Sensation.
New Sensation, yeah. I think that was an 89-ish.
Yeah, that would be one of them.
Yeah. But they put out their first album in 84. So
yeah, and I'm one of those people. I didn't realize they went that far back. You don't think about that.
No. Well, it's kind of like Whitesnake. People don't think about Whitesnake being around since the 70s.
Right, because they weren't over here in the States. They were putting out records in England and trying to get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
That's why David Coverdale did one of the coolest things. I think it's really smart when he came over here and put out Slide It In and the 1987 record and Slip of the Tongue was he would pull really good tracks, from the older British records and redo them, re-record them for the modern American audience. Here I Go Again, Crying in the Rain. Those are two big ones.
Yep.
Off the top of my head. And they blew up. And it shows he knew that there were hits, but they couldn't get over in England.
Right. Because their taste sucks. We
Just the
know
food.
true music over here, by golly.
Is that why everyone comes here? Because they're not respected in their home country?
I don't think it's as much a respect thing as probably just we're very eclectic in what we as I guess Americans what we choose to listen to, and I think because we have obviously more radio stations than what you'll have in England. We'll have 4 or 5 stations at the time per city. And if your sound is right, you're going to hear it on maybe 2 of the 5, maybe 3, depending on what it is. But then you've also got, stuff like what we've talked about us doing way in the past, pirate radio. You get
Right.
people playing stuff late at night, and it's like, oh, hey, Lars Ulrich talks about what is it, the new wave of British heavy metal. Yeah, that wave came over because there's no other place to go. And you're going to get so much more exposure over here with, the millions and millions
Millions.
of music listeners. One of my favorite songs of all time also came out in 1984. Solid from Ashford and Simpson. What? I love that song.
What is that?
What?
You'll have to school me on that one.
Yeah, Ashford and Simpson. Ashford and Simpson. They were a husband-wife team, R&B-ish. No, I'd say R&B. In 1984, they put out Solid, which was their 11th studio album, and is considered to be a defining marker of the synth-laden and drum machine-heavy sound of 80s R&B. You're going to look this up. I'm sending it to you.
Send it to me. I will listen. Not right now, but
that's coming up on you. We're gonna put it on our Facebook page.
Okay.
We have to.
We do now. I think it's the old adage as far as music goes. If you make it here, you've made it, or you can make it anywhere.
Sure.
It's always about breaking in America. That was Richie Blackmore's pretty much his mandate to Joe Lynn Turner when he came into Rainbow was get me on the air, get me on the radio in America, which he did. Joe Lynn Turner did a hell of a job getting some good songs out there for Rainbow. So I think that's the main thing is that you made it in England, or maybe you didn't. I think Def Leppard was one of those bands that no one knew who they were in England. No one knew, and then they come over here,
right?
And put out a handful of really, really great records, and they're huge.
Well,
but in England, they're kind of pedestrian.
Right. You can come over here. Let's say you're going to do 80 dates on a tour in the United States alone. 80 dates. You can find 80 cities to put on your show, and then go over and maybe do a dozen over in Europe.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Number one, you go where the money's at. You go where the listeners are at. You go where you're going to get your popularity. So, yeah.
Right. And then you have the opposite in some cases where you have bands that are not big in America, that are American bands, but they go to Europe and they're huge. Alter Bridge being one.
Yeah.
They are a theater act in the States. They play stadiums in Europe.
Well, look how many people look at the same thing that happens when bands from here go to Japan. Now I know it's total different thing. It's a different area altogether, but Japan, smaller place, but bands like Cheap Trick.
Well, that broke them.
Right.
That broke them. Not just in Japan, in the States, that broke them here.
Yeah.
I mean, people knew who they were to a point, but not like they knew them after I Want You to Want Me from Live at Budokan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody might be home.
I hear dogs. To answer you, Digital Viper, that answer is never. Because we don't want to get banned from YouTube. or Facebook or any other social media platform.
I'll give Natalie her due. She does have a nice voice. She can sing very nicely.
What are you doing?
I'm just being nice. I respect that.
Oh, that's fine. But do we have to be nice to her?
Not all the time.
Okay. All right. Because this would be 2 weeks in a row after what she did last week to Wes and getting him banned. I mean, I kind of gave her props for that because it was kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Out of the Cellar
2 weeks.
came out in '84 as well.
That's what I'm saying. Defenders of the Faith, Judas Priest record. That was a huge one.
I'm still going through this list.
Chicago 17.
Wow.
So if you think about it, I'm no expert in Chicago, the band, but that was a big kind of almost like a comeback record for them because it had, 5, 6 singles off of it. Maybe, at least 6 that hit top 20. A couple of them went number 1. Hard Habit to Break would be one. There was another one, another ballad. It's in my head right now.
You're the Inspiration?
That one.
Yeah. Once again, Peter Cetera era.
Right. And what happened after that record? He leaves.
Yeah.
It leaves and goes and does his solo bit.
Right. One of my all-time favorite ones from the 80s, Reckless, from Bryan Adams, came out.
Exactly. And that
not
is
a skippable track on there.
It's probably it's a perfect record.
Yeah.
It's a perfect record. And I kind of wish he would do that again. He's far beyond doing that type of music anymore. But when you see him live, what does he play? He's playing Cuts Like a Knife, Reckless, Waking Up the Neighbors, and not Hearts on Fire, Into the Fire.
Into the Fire, yeah. One of Wes's all-time favorite albums also came out, and that was the Teeny Bopper favorite classics with Mr. Telephone Man and Cool It Now. Their sophomore album, New Edition, one of Wes's absolute favorite albums, that came out as well.
Stay Hungry, Twisted Sister.
Wham, Make It Big.
I don't know how long your list is. Mine is running out, but I know there's more. Power Slave by Maiden, Iron Maiden.
Wham, Make It Big. I just wanted to say that again because it's funny now. I never thought about the album Make It Big, but now that I see it in front of me, it's Wham, Make It Big.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
One of Kathy's favorite bands, Rush, released Grace Under Pressure in 1984.
Here's an iconic one, Like a Virgin from Madonna.
Right.
Yeah, Run DMC, self-titled album. She's so pretty. Then, not so much now.
Right. Animalized by Kiss, which was a really, really good non-makeup record by Kiss.
Yeah.
And that's another topic we could go on and on about 80s Kiss, which kind of gets derided a bit.
Yeah.
But I find 80s Kiss to be very, very good.
Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking from Roger Waters. There's another one from 84.
That sounds like a book, like a book for dummies.
Yeah. It really does. Wow.
Right there. I think I found the same article you're on.
I don't know. Fistful of Metal from Anthrax, 1984. Wow.
Right. So
we're going to spend this entire hour talking about 1984 and the albums that came out. Next week will be 1985. Did you already say Tooth and Nail from Dokken?
I did not.
Yeah, that was their first album. Their first album from 83, Sank Without a Trace. Their second album looked destined for the same fate. record company hesitated to take another chance on the Los Angeles metal band, and the original producer quit after a few weeks. Tensions between Don Dokken and George Lynch didn't help matters. Tooth and Nail eventually paid off when Alone Again, power ballad, became a minor hit.
Right. And Don Dokken has said that's one of those songs, of course, he wanted to push to record and release, and the band and the record company, I think, were holding back, not wanting to release that song. And when it hit, everyone was like, "Oh, we were right.
Yeah.
It's a great song." I like Tooth and Nail. I think that's one of their really, really good records. That one and I want to say Beast from the East, but I may be wrong. I think that's a live record. Wasp, the first Wasp record.
Yep.
Came out in '84. And we talked about it last week. Blackie Lawless, that's what they're doing on this tour, right? Coming up, is playing the first record front to back, right? Something like that.
Yeah. Which we're going to talk about Blackie here in a few minutes. It's funny because a lot of the things that we're going to talk about, we've already kind of mentioned them on a list from 1984. I mean, we're 26 minutes into this show and we've done nothing but talk about 1984, which is hilarious.
Dio, Last in Line.
Yes.
Came out in 1984. That's an excellent record. That is arguably his best one. I mean, and that's hard to say because Holy Diver was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Last in Line's pretty damn good.
Son of a biscuit.
What?
I don't know. I keep doing something here as I'm looking at this list, and I keep what in the. All right. Whatever.
So there was a project that Sammy Hagar put together with Neil Sean.
Yep.
They wanted to put a band together that kind of didn't stick. They had a couple guys in it, that people didn't really know, but they were known in the jazz world, and they wanted to play with these different types of musicians. They put out a live record, Through the Fire, by Hagar, Schoen, Harrison, and Shreve. That came out in '84, and that's an excellent, excellent record. If you don't know that record, you should find it, give it a listen, stream it, whatever. It's fantastic.
Yeah. See if Kathy can get it. It's all good.
Actually, yeah, she can get it because she bought it for me for Christmas one year on a CD. I still have it. It's a great record.
Digital Viper's just about to get banned again. I'm sure you'll see that one in a second.
Dude.
We tell Natalie to do her magic again. So since we're talking about Blackie Lawless and Wasp, his first show, this was after his first. It's the first show from his surgery. So he's had surgery. He's had back issues like crazy. It was the first concert in 13 months, which took place in that Sweden Rock Festival in Sweden. And one of the things that's coming out about this is the fact that Blackie Lawless performed sitting down. Why is that a thing?
Sitting down?
No. Who gives a shit if he sat down?
I think people expect, no matter how old you are or anything like that, for you to run around like you did in 1984.
If Jack Russell can do it, anybody can do it. Is that what it is?
Or if Axl Rose can do it, or Dave Grohl, or I'm sure he's probably still recovering. I don't know what the article says, but I bet he's still recovering from his back surgery. Wouldn't you think?
Well, no, he is. That's exactly what I was getting to, is the fact that the reason he was sitting down is because his doctors essentially told him, yeah, you can do the tour and play your gigs, but you have to take it easy. So, he had major back surgery, vertebrae issues. I mean, all kinds of stuff. And if you still want to go out and perform a show, sit down, do it.
Right.
Pretend it's an acoustic show.
Yeah. And if it's good, enjoy it. If you're a fan.
Exactly.
Enjoy it. Wes is pointing out that he's got dibs on the name Lawless because it's cool. I should point out that his Digital Viper, Wes, his middle name is Lawless.
Oh.
I don't know why. I never have asked him why. And why does he not go by that?
Right?
Wouldn't you just be called Lawless?
Yeah.
I never
Or
asked.
Wes Lawless.
Right, Wes
It
Lawless.
works.
Forget the last name. And for Wes's knowledge, since he's picking on Triumph in the chat, my favorite band, Thunder 7, I think their best record came out in 1984.
1984.
So he was named after two horse jockeys.
I'm pretty sure I would say I was named after the lead singer of Wasp.
Yes, that's what I would say. But yeah, I mean, enjoy the show. I mean, this is a story, I guess, just because they're explaining, hey, he was hurt. Maybe he didn't explain that before the show. I don't know. Maybe that's the story. He's injured, recovering,
Right.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, and there could very well be those that just don't know.
Right. But if I'm a fan and I see someone sitting in a chair, I don't think I'll be mad if the show's good.
Yeah. And I've not heard any complaints whatsoever so far.
So, about us sitting in chairs?
Oh, no. Blackie. We're allowed.
Right. I mean, it's been a long day.
Yeah. Very long day. I don't know about you, but I have finally, well, without getting too political, I have finally decided on who I'm voting for in the November election.
Finally.
It took a couple hours, but I finally narrowed it down after he launched his 2024 presidential campaign.
Who was that?
Well, let me just go with the slogan first. The slogan is, "I'm a troubled man for troubled times." I have absolutely no idea what to do, so I should fit right in. I, for one, November of 2024, will be voting for Alice Cooper.
There you go.
Yeah. Alice Cooper
wants to get elected.
Yeah. Yeah, he released a new campaign video in which he touts his qualifications thusly. And it was exactly what I said. Well, I'm Alice Cooper, and I'm a troubled man for troubled times. And you can't beat that. If you want to know more, please visit aliceforpresident.com to be part of the Wild Party. The Wild Party. And stay in the loop with Alice's presidential campaign. There will be updates to the campaign kickoff. Virtual rallies.
I want to know if he's got campaign buttons, campaign merch. That's what I want. You say he's doing rallies?
I just clicked the link right now. And there is literally nothing there except for join the campaign. I'm signing up. I'm signing us up. The Weekly Poor Podcast at gmail.com.
She's stirring up controversy.
Kathy, we ain't doing it. There, I did. We joined.
Nice.
Yeah, we're probably going to get an email soon.
Yeah, I want a campaign button.
This is the so the campaign trail. When you click, there's a link that says campaign trail. I clicked on it, and it is the current tour. He is campaigning in Germany, Slovakia, Austria. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot, and they're all not here until July 31st in Albany, New York.
Right, and then he'll be here in August.
Right. So I'm going to go with there's going to be some campaign stuff. I want a t-shirt and a button.
Man, that would be cool.
Yeah. Maybe we can finally get our first presidential candidate on this show.
Man, if I could get Alice, I don't know, we would talk about the issues. we would talk about nothing but the issues.
Correct.
Did you see Judas Priest announced new tour dates in the States?
Yes.
Yeah, they announced a boatload with Sabaton.
Yeah. Which is good.
Starting, it looks like September 26th. Yeah, they'll be at Louder Than Life, September 26th through the 29th in Louisville. And then October, it starts off again in California.
Louisville.
And I think there's more dates stuck in there in between. I don't have the updated list. But if you didn't see Priest this time around, or Sabaton, you get another shot.
Yeah.
So it's doing well.
Sabaton's #1 fan in Central Indiana is Ace.
Well, no, that would be my son.
Okay.
We didn't get to talk about this last show, and I wanted to talk about it, but we didn't get to it.
Well, let's just jump into it.
So speaking of Sabaton,
okay,
my daughter, when I went to the either show, I think the New York show, she wanted a specific shirt of Sabaton. She Venmo'd me the money, so I had the money.
Venmo.
I go look for the shirt. Something wrong with Venmo?
No, nothing. I love it. Louisville.
She cashed out me the money.
PayPal just gotcha.
So anyway, I go to the merch table. It is a bit limited in shirts for Sabaton, which was unusual because at the Indianapolis show there was a bunch. So I'm like, that's not one of them. I don't think she'd like those. But Kathy was with me. She approved. We found a cool Judas Priest shirt. And I thought, I'll blow her $50 on that. That'll be fine. She's got a shirt. But wasn't fine. It was okay, but she really wanted this other shirt. Fast forward a little bit. I go to the Sabaton website. They've got it there. It's cheaper on the website than it is at the merch table at the concert. But the best part was I found the shirt, but for $2 more.
Did you say $2?
$2.
$2.
You can order a kid's shirt, right? So my son, being the #1 Central Indiana Sabaton fan, he is father to my grandson, and I thought, what's better? He's got a shirt, and now I bought my grandson one. So when I see him, he has a tiny Sabaton tour shirt.
Yes.
Fit for a 3-year-old.
I will give you $100 if you try that on yourself.
That would not fit over my thigh.
That's not where you wear a shirt.
I'm trying to match it up geographically. It wouldn't fit over my head.
Okay. All right. I'll keep my money.
But yeah, $2.
How cool would it if you could go to the next show and get it signed?
That would be really, really cool.
Or maybe Sabaton could sign a Judas Priest shirt.
Would they do that? Some people get offended.
You mean someone like, I don't know, Sebastian Bach? I don't care how many times we say we are not going to talk about Sebastian Bach. We're not going to talk about Skid Row. We can't help it. It is so entertaining.
Well, plus it never ends.
Right. It's never ending.
Always there. There's something. So
this time, there's a couple different stories that we're going to get to on Bass. Sebastian's apparently fed up with some of the items that fans have brought for him to sign during recent meet and greets. And of course, what does he do? He goes on social media to lay out some rules about what he will and won't sign for fans. Official released merchandise only. So not things that have nothing to do with him, like,
Right, but yeah, you're getting there. But he'll do Skid Row records. Like you bring him a Skid Row record, he'll sign it, but only if it was one in or on.
Yeah,
don't bring him the newest one. He ain't signing that.
What if I brought a metal edge, the magazine,
Oh, okay.
and
you
wanted
were
him to sign
right.
that? Would he have to be the centerfold in a photo taken by Jerry Miller?
Yes, he would have
Oh,
to be on the cover.
yeah. This thing about what he would sign and not sign came out the same day that he lashed out during a performance in Detroit. Now, there's been a couple different things about this. So apparently this is what everybody thought to begin with, which could still be true, but he is denying it. That the dude was wearing a Skid Row t-shirt and he just went off on him. How dare he wear that, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, the dude wasn't wearing a Skid Row t-shirt.
What was he wearing?
He was wearing a Madam X shirt, which is the band that Sebastian was in before Skid Row.
Oh, wow. Where did he get one, first of all?
I don't know, but he reportedly called out a fan from the crowd who was wearing a Skid Row shirt more from the band's recent years instead of when Sebastian was with them. So, and once again, he brings up the whole thing, look at that shirt. That's great. That's Skid Row with what? Their number 7, 8, 9 singer? What number was that guy? When is enough enough?
That's a good point. If you want to make just a little bit of commentary in the show, but I doubt that guy did this maliciously. He probably just grabbed a Skid Row shirt he had and wore it to the show.
He probably went to Spencer's in the mall.
He probably did.
Saw a Skid Row shirt and was like, dude, this guy was in Skid Row.
Right. You know what I heard years ago? And there's a video. Because this person was interviewing Kiss. I believe Gene and Paul in makeup, backstage. He was wearing a different band's shirt because he showed up at the show and was wearing this different band's shirt, and they berated him during the interview for not wearing a Kiss shirt, and it got kind of ugly. They gave him a Kiss shirt to wear. I think they charged him for it. I don't know.
Well, duh. Gene's not going to let somebody have it for free. But to me, that's different, though, because if I'm going to do an interview with somebody, if I have their shirt, I'm going to wear it. If not, I'm probably not going to wear another band. I don't know. I mean, if I'm literally going someplace to interview somebody, be professional. Wear their shirt. And I'm not going to go interview, James Hetfield and wear my Dave Mustaine shirt.
Right, and that was their point. He's interviewing them, and he's got, some other band shirt on, and they just didn't think that was professional or courteous to them. So, yeah. And again, I doubt he did it maliciously. He probably just wasn't thinking.
Well, here's a funny thing. Here's a funny thing about Sebastian Bach. Technically, he was number 2 in Skid Row, not number 1.
What do you mean?
There was a guy named Matt Fallon who spent a brief period with Anthrax, but he actually handled the lead vocals on Skid Row's early demos. So technically, Sebastian is number 2. So, I don't know.
Have you heard the Matt Fallon demos?
No.
They're actually interesting in the fact that it's the same songs. Youth Gone Wild, 18 in Life. Those are the two I heard. The same songs, but he sings them so differently than Sebastian sang them. Matt Fallon is a very good singer, and he had a good look to him. He fit the band in that regard.
Right.
But the way he sings them, it's almost ballad-like in a sense, especially 18 in Life. It's a little slower anyway at the beginning point of that song. And he sings it almost like a ballad in a sense. Sebastian has come along, of course, and put some oomph into it when he came into the band and
Right.
recorded it. Changed the melody just a little bit. I think he improved on the song quite a bit. But Matt Fallon's stuff is pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to check it out sometime and maybe put it on the Facebook page along with the other stuff we talked about.
Yeah, absolutely. I do get it for Sebastian's thing. You know, I wouldn't want to sign somebody else's stuff if I wasn't in that band. I get it, but don't be a jerk about it. You know, some of these kids, and I'll say kids because some of these people are not all our age that are going to these shows. Um, you know, they show up with what they can, and if they went to Spencer's and they grabbed a T-shirt, just be cool. Sign it, wear it. Hell, throw them one of yours. Don't charge them, but you know, whatever. So everybody's talking now all of a sudden that Natalie has left the building.
Oh, where did she go?
I don't know. Did our moderator just dump us? That frightens me because that means that the Digital Viper has free reign.
Well, it was pointed out to me a minute ago. I just now am getting to it, but I think the Digital Viper threatened you earlier.
Really?
I think he threatened to black your eyes.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
See,
so you just got to watch out. He was threatening you because he didn't want you to be mean to Natalie, and now Natalie is gone.
and I'm looking, I don't see it, but oh well. You know what? I'll get over it.
Threatening you.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. And as he points out, a rock star with an ego, right? And when has Sebastian not have an ego? Yeah. On the more recent front,
he's not blacking your eyes. Natalie will.
Oh, well,
Okay.
I mean, quite possible.
That's possible. That could happen.
Oh, yeah. See, I just had it sent to me so that now I can read it.
Yeah.
However, it was the Viper who actually instigated that. He's the one that said, be mean to her and your eyes will be black. So, I mean, whose idea was it? See, always stirring the pot. Where's my spoon? Here, I'll just do this. Here's my glass and my straw. Just stirring it. Anyway, I know we mentioned something about this a few weeks ago, maybe even last week, that Cassandra Carson and Josh Rand, have begun doing some work with the L.I.F.E project.
Right.
They're shooting for a fall release. We do know that now, which I think we may have mentioned it last week, but they're finally get things put together. There's been some questions from a few people who are like, hey, well, what's Cassandra going to do with Paralandra? Nothing. I mean, she's going to continue with Paralandra. Don't take that the wrong way. Paralandra is her baby, and that's her thing. That's her gig. That's it.
Right, which leads me right back to Skid Row. Because recent article, John Bon Jovi came out and said that he thinks Lizzie Hale should stay in Skid Row as their permanent singer.
Yeah.
She is not going to do that.
No.
Hailstorm is her creation.
That is her baby.
She has been in that band. She created that band with her brother when she was like 12. So she ain't going anywhere. If they need help, she'll do 4 or 5 shows with them. If they want to do a duet on the new record, she's good at that because she does a lot of them. But no, she's not going anywhere. Cassandra Carson's not going anywhere. She's in that band with her dad, and that's a big deal. Now, can she do other things? Sure. Everyone does.
Little side projects, unless you're in Metallica.
I mean, how many bands is Mike Portnoy in? 4?
17.
Right. Richie Kotz and Billy Sheehan. I just named the Winery Dogs, and they're all in 6 different bands.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. They're allowed.
It is now. It wasn't in 1984.
No.
when you would put out a solo record and it would be a revolt in your band, Steve Perry.
Yeah, good job.
You know, David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what the total off topic here, and I wish Natalie was still in there to give us some info because I know she'd have something to say with this. What is the do you have a go-to meal or food item that you put together yourself, only for yourself, that others look at you and go, "What are you eating?" And there's a reason I'm asking this.
Nothing I can think of at the moment.
Do you mix anything weird with something else and say, you know what, this is awesome?
No, I am incredibly normal.
Okay, well, apparently I am not. And I bring this up because somebody in the chat's also going to say, oh, you know what? I do this. You know, some people put sugar in their chili. Some people put, you know, whatever on whatever. I like eggs. We'll call them over medium, you know, to not have runny white, but I want my yolk runny. And when it comes off the stove and it's nice and hot and I put it on the plate, I put peanut butter on it.
On your egg? On your runny egg?
Well, it's not runny until I break the yolk, but it's still intact, and I put a spoon of peanut butter on it. That's not the look I want.
Is your mother still in the chat?
No, unfortunately, she's not joining us tonight.
Well, I wish she was. I need to ask about this. Did she start this, or is
No.
she appalled like everyone else?
She was appalled.
As am I.
Yeah, it's good. You got the hot egg. Natalie, she says, I know someone else who does that and puts it on a burger.
Wait. Someone takes an egg.
Oh, you can hold on. You can go to like a lot of burger places, like Red Robin, for instance. Yum, and you can get an egg on your burger.
Correct, and so does Steak and Shake.
Yeah,
but
I go one step.
Instead of condiments, you're putting peanut butter on it.
No. I don't do it on a burger. All I do is take the egg and I put peanut butter on it. No, I don't.
Natalie did. Look.
No, she says I know someone else who does that and puts it on a burger. So they do egg, peanut butter, and then they put it on a burger. I don't do the burger. I just put it my morning eggs. I put a spoon of peanut butter on my egg.
I eat cereal.
I like a nice egg for breakfast with peanut butter.
That's not a nice egg.
It is. A dollop of PB. Exactly, Kathy. A dollop of PB.
That's an egg with no identity.
So it has an identity. It's got a peanut butter identity.
It doesn't know it's an egg.
Well, it knew it was an egg when I was cooking it.
Man.
But that peanut butter melts onto the egg, and then you break it, and you get that yolk mixed in with the peanut butter and the actual. Man, it's good. Don't knock it till you try it. Saturday, try it.
I don't think I can.
You can. It's not a salty sweet combo because my peanut butter's not sweet. How do I make my egg? Shannon, I do it over. I guess it's over medium. I don't know. It's not over easy because I can make sure all the white, goopy, snotty jizz stuff's cooked. So I guess that's over medium, right?
Over medium is where it's not quite runny.
Right, but the yolk is, but not the white stuff.
I think the yolk is not quite runny if it's over medium.
Oh no, yolk's totally runny.
That's over easy.
Okay, just the whiteness of the egg is is cooked.
Okay.
Yeah, with a little peanut butter on it. It's good.
How long have you done this?
I don't know.
Okay. You don't know.
I'm not reading that.
You were a child.
No.
Were you a child?
No.
You were not a child.
I have done this since I've been an adult.
Is this something you learned in the military?
I do not believe so. Could have been, but I don't recall it.
You know, I mean, if it's the military, I get it. They want you to eat fast and eat as much as possible and get all the protein and energy you can get.
Dude, I've been retired for 10 years and I still can't eat slow.
I bet.
Not just that. You know, a lot of kids grow up and they say, you know, oh, I always have to finish what's on my plate because my parents always said, no, you finish what's on your plate. I always finished what was on my plate because I didn't know when my next meal was going to be.
Right. Right.
And I'm still stuck that
on the
way.
sea.
Right. And I'm still stuck that way. I have to finish it. I have to.
If you ran out of food on a boat, did you guys like fish? Did you like holes and shit?
Number one, we never ran out of food. But number two, we also fished.
For food you didn't eat.
Oh, we ate it, believe me. There's nothing like having some fresh tuna barbecued on the boat.
I just picture these sailors out there like, boys, we have no food.
You watch too many movies.
Get the poles out.
Okay, hold on. Natalie just did it. Over medium is cooked white and runny yellow. Yes. Shannon said she'll try it. Ha. Over easy is one side cooked white and the other one slightly cooked white with runny yellow and runny white. No runny white. There's runny white. I'm throwing the egg out. So I'm going to go with over medium. So Shannon, however you like your egg, over easy, over medium, over hard, over well done, whatever. Dollop of peanut butter. My recommendation, Jif Creamy. You know, because it is.
Wait. I just had a thought.
Oh, that worries me.
I like peanut butter on my toast. I also like to make an egg sandwich using toast. I almost have a feeling that would be good.
See? You can't knock it. I'm telling you.
I don't know, though, but I think it could be. If it's not an over easy egg, but a solid egg sandwich.
Sure, make it solid.
A fried egg.
Sure. Don't scramble it. Don't scramble it.
No.
Just cook it all the way through. That peanut butter starts melting. You mentioned my mom a while ago, and I said she was not in the chat tonight. The reason behind that is Mama TBT is currently laid up in hospital.
Oh, no.
She's had some complications with gingivitis or something like that. But she's going to be fine. She will hopefully be released in a couple days. I've talked to her a couple times today. But yeah, that is why Mama TBT is not in the chat. But sure, she'll be back next week and everything will be just fine. So yeah, we want to wish her a speedy recovery.
Speedy recovery to Mama TBT.
Exactly. Here's another thing. Ramen noodles. Do you eat ramen?
Yes. I was a college student, so yes.
Okay. With a dollop of mayonnaise.
No, that's disgusting. No, I draw the line.
No. Ramen.
No.
Just mayonnaise. Just a dollop. Just a little.
How many people don't make them the way they're supposed to be made?
You put them on the stove and freaking cook them.
Yeah, but no one makes the soup. It's supposed to be a soup, but everyone drains the water, uses the noodles and the seasoning, and that's all they do.
I do a little soupiness.
Do you?
Yeah, but I don't make like mayonnaise soup.
Oh God!